Friends, today we are fortunate that in our studios we have got with us Mr. M.P.S. Singer, who's an expert on GST, and he is going to give us some good thoughts on as to the GST proposals for the construction industry. So the first question, sir, to you is that we have read that the government has reduced GST on the real estate sector. We would like to know what are the new rates, sir?
In its last meeting on 24th of February, GST Council reduced the GST rates on construction sector considerably. That means the houses which were chargeable to GST at the rate of 12% will now be chargeable to 5% rate, and particularly affordable sector, that is given a very big boost by reducing the GST rate to the minimum, that is 1%. Now, how the affording sector houses are defined? That means the houses in non-metro areas which are having a carpet area of 90 square meters, and for metro areas the carpet limit is 60 square meters. But the value limit for both the areas will be rupees 45 lakh. So that means any house with a carpet area of 60 square meters in metro cities and 90 square meters in non-metro cities having a value of rupees 45 lakhs will be eligible for this concessional rate of 1%. But there is one condition, that ITC or that input tax credit will not be available for these concessional rates.
Okay. How will these changes in the GST rates is going to affect the construction industry?
All may be knowing that construction industry was going through a very hard time, and so to give a boost to this sector, government proposed these rates. These nominal rates will definitely boost the sentiment of the markets and the buyers, and I personally feel that this will definitely revive the construction industry sector. Moreover, the benefit to builders is that they are not burdened with the accounting of the input tax credit, and then you may be knowing that once the CC is obtained, no GST was chargeable on that. So whatever input tax credit has already been availed earlier, that was required to be reversed. So they used to calculate proportionately what are the inputs or input services are utilized for constructing these flats which are going to be sold without payment of GST. So all these burdens were removed.
Whether the input tax credit which builders have already availed and which is lying unutilized in the account can be carried forward and used for payment of GST in the above cases?
As I have already said earlier, that these concessional rates are available only if the input tax credit is not available. So obviously the answer is that this credit neither can be carried forward nor can be utilized for payment of GST on these concessional rates.
And what are the benefit to the consumers, that the buyers of flat and the houses from these changes?
Earlier, the consumers were required to pay GST at the rate of 12% for all other cases, and for affordable housing, the GST was chargeable at the rate of 8%. Now there is a reduction of 7%. That is a very considerable reduction in the rates of GST. So I think the consumers are benefited at large, and this will definitely revive the sentiments.
So we now come to know that there is a proposal to exempt from GST the transfer of development rights by society to the builders. Can you please throw some light on the same?
On 25th of January 2018, a notification was issued that gave an impression or made it clear that government intend to tax transfer of development rights as a service at the rate of 18%, which were earlier exempted under the service tax regime. That created a lot of burn in the real estate sector, and moreover it was burdened with a lot of compliance to the normal person like society members, etc. So in this meeting, GST Council proposed that these services will be exempted. So a committee of officers is formed and they are examining the proposal, and these transfer of development rights, FSI, etc. will be exempted subject to the condition that GST is paid on the finally flats which are constructed out of using these FSI or transfer of development rights.
With that, friends, we thank Mr. M.P.S. Singer ji, a GST expert, to have come to the studios today and thrown light on an important topic, GST proposals on the construction industry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.